Even as I started this live stream, which is the first time I think I've done a live stream on YouTube, I ran into issues. I had been logged in on Safari, and Safari doesn't support this feature in YouTube. I wanted to say resilience is something you can learn. It's not difficult, but what resilience does, and I'm here as living proof, when an obstacle shows up, the mindset of a resilient person is, oh, this isn't exactly what I wanted to have happen. What do I do next? If you're watching this in September, mid-September, that is, 2022, Mercury is in serious retrograde, and it is affecting communication, electronics, scheduling, conversations. And because of that, knowing that there is something out of my control that is happening, I have to look at what can I control. I've been watching my reactions to all of these kinds of interruptions. In fact, I'm dealing with something going on with one of my knees right now, which is an interruption. Having to get that addressed and rehabbed, well, wasn't in my plan. And because it wasn't in my plan, I could decide, oh, woe is me. But instead, I'm looking at, maybe this is an opportunity for me to find different ways to exercise that are less stressful on my body. How about that for a reset? Authors, if you're out there and you have not gotten the results you wanted with your book, you may have had a splashy launch. Maybe you even got to number one on lists, but are you continuing to sell your book? Are you continuing to get people in your community? Are you gaining the visibility and authority you had hoped for? And there is a way to reboot your book using all the skills of resiliency by mustering how you respond to the things you have control over and you let go of the stuff you don't have control over. It's amazing. I was actually listening to another podcast this weekend about people who sometimes feel they're imposters or they're worrying. And the host, it's How to Talk to Anyone is the name of the podcast. The host was saying, if you look at your fear and you say, how likely is it that fear is going to come true? Rank it from 1 to 10. If it's a 1, let it go. If it's a 10, then maybe you need to do some prep work to get ready for that incident coming your way. Like my friend Deborah Myers of Deborah Myers Wellness says, when you have your body in balance and you do preventative work, you're going to be ready for what comes at you, whether it's mental, physical, or spiritual. I have embraced that approach most of the time, and I want you to understand you can learn to be resilient. I'm coming up on my 9-year anniversary of being diagnosed with ovarian cancer, and my response to that diagnosis has served me well. I didn't have a pity party. I asked, how can I get well? What's next? And having that framework let me approach chemotherapy, surgery, rehab in a different way. And I found that those skills are just life-changing and valuable, and they got bigger and better through my experience. Sometimes when an obstacle shows up, what can happen is you have to choose a different path. And that path that you wouldn't have seen and may not have considered taking is there and available to you. And it will reveal something better than you ever could imagine. So I'm off for the rest of my day, managing my health, working on my business, and I'm keeping in mind how resilience can make everything better, even when life isn't going the way that I would like it to, and maybe the way you would like it to. So look at what you have control over, and you always have control over your response to almost anything that shows up. This is Judy M. Baker. I'm the book marketing mentor, and I help authors turn their message into money. You can find me at bookmarketingmentor.com and soon at judymbaker.com. And I have a master class coming up on author pages, and you'll find the link at bookmarketingmentor.com/MC. I hope I'll see you in October. I believe it is October 13th from 9 to 10:30 Pacific time. And we'll work on your author page so that you can have more visibility and more success. Thanks so much.